Hey guys, and welcome back to Professor Layton and the Curious Village. Our story so far. Luke and Layton meet a mysterious young girl at the dead end on the north side of the village. She starts to tell them something, but a sinister figure lurking in the shadows scares her off. Afterward, a puzzled Layton and Luke find a ticket to the town amusement park and head there. So it looks like we finally get to investigate the park. This park is really kind of sad, isn't it? It's all rusty and abandoned. It's just as Sylvain said. It seems that no one set foot in this park for a dreadfully long time. Now, on to business. Let's give the grounds around the Ferris wheel a once-over. I expect we'll find something of interest there. Get some hint coins. Oh my. What is it, Professor? Look at this poster. The picture appears to be the same as the one on the ticket we picked up. It looks like it's been posted here for ages. It's so faded you can't even read the letters. Oh. Hey, isn't that... Yes, I thought so. That's little Flora there in the middle of the picture, isn't it? She looks exactly as she does in the portrait we saw of her in Reinhold Manor. It would seem that Baron Reinhold built this amusement park for the sole enjoyment of his daughter. Strange. I wonder why it wasn't more popular with the village folk once it was open to the public. Well, I don't suppose speculation will help us very much. Let's keep moving. Right you are, Professor. It doesn't look like there's anything else in this scene, so let's go up to the merry-go-round. This place is so run down, it looks like it hasn't been touched in years. What a shame. I bet it used to be a fun place. There's even a big tent like the kind you see in circuses. Yes, there is something quite sad about it, isn't there? He says with a giant grin on his face. How strange. This was clearly a travelling carnival, so why was it left to rot here in St. Mystere? I bet the Ferris wheel is a mess too. I suppose I won't get to use that ride ticket we picked up. Well, we have better things to do than ride that thing, don't we? Somewhere in this park hides a clue to finding the golden apple, I'm sure of it. So many hint coins. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I don't actually recall any part of this game. I mean, this part of this game. Because I don't think I've ever quite gotten this far. At least not for a very long time. Okay. No puzzles here either. This must be the Ferris wheel we were looking for. Luke, why don't you look around and see if anything seems odd about it? Sure thing, Professor. Did you find anything out of the ordinary, Luke? No, not a thing. Maybe there's no secret hidden in this Ferris wheel after all. That remains to be seen. Let's look around a bit more, shall we? Oops. Oh. Though I can't put my finger on it, there's something quite odd about this Ferris wheel. It makes me wonder if we might have overlooked something important around the park. That reminds me, Luke, have you heard the wonderful puzzle about the Ferris wheel? I was going to say, I've been playing this game for 5 minutes, we haven't got a puzzle yet. What is this? Number 87, Ferris wheel riddle, worth 50 picarats. There are 10 two-seater cars attached to the fair's Ferris wheel. The Ferris wheel turns so that one car rotates through the exit platform every minute. The wheel began operation at 10 in the morning and shut down at 30 minutes later. What's the maximum number of people that could have taken a ride on the wheel in that time period? 10 two-seater cars attached to the Ferris wheel. Ferris wheel turns so that one car rotates through the exit platform every minute. Okay. Every minute. One rotates through like that. So it starts at 0. This is hard because like 2 people will get on right at the start and then it'll just rotate. So then 2 more get on and it'll rotate and then 2 more get on and it'll rotate and then 2 more get on and it'll rotate. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 and then that's back to the start. Now once it's loaded up, do they get to go around again, just like without stopping, or is it just once you're on, you get one trip around? Okay, well, 1 minute per car. So 20 get on in, let's say, hang on. It takes 1 minute. So that one car rotates through the exit every minute. So it takes a minute for just this, so that's 1 minute there. It seems pretty lame. So there's 10, so 1. Basically, if we want to say 2 people get on here, and then 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And by the time that gets back here, we have 20 people on. So then 21, sorry, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, and then that was another 10 minutes. So if we go for another 10 minutes, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, no, we're already at 40, weren't we? 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 2, 4, 6, 8, 60. So at the moment I'm thinking 60, but that seems pretty easy. You may think all you have to do is add a few things up, but there's a trick to this problem that's easy to overlook. Think about the way Ferris wheels have to work. If 2 people catch the first ride of the day, how much time will pass before they get off the ride? Yeah, I thought it was 10 minutes. Because the Ferris wheel turns so that one car rotates through the exit platform every minute. Right? So is it not 60? If the Ferris wheel has to stop promptly at 10:30, then the operator won't allow anyone on who can't get off the Ferris wheel by 10:30. Yeah, that's true. So what does that mean? It means that when 2 passengers step out of their gondola at 10:30, all other gondolas on the Ferris wheel should be empty as well. Right, so then back to so there's 2 people in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, 10 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now the Ferris wheel is full of 20 people. Now if we go again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That'll be 40 people. So is it like 42 maybe? Because it takes another 10 minutes. So this would be the last car that can get loaded up again. So 42. Because once this gets here, this car could load up, except that would mean it would get stuck here at 10:30. So then let's try 42. Nice. That's right. For the first 9 minutes the Ferris wheel is moving, the cars arriving at the unloading zone are unoccupied. For the last 9 minutes of operation, needless to say, no one will be allowed to board the cars. From the time the Ferris wheel fills up at 10 minutes past the hour until the last passenger steps off at 10:30, a total of 21 sets of passengers will have taken a ride on the Ferris wheel. Excellent job, my boy. We should take another quick look around the area to make sure we haven't missed an important clue. Was that our last painting scrap? No, we have like 3 more. Okay, 2 more now. No one is working at the shop. Shocking. It's a lovely Ferris wheel. What a shame it's in such disrepair. Look, Professor, there's a strange little shed here. Interesting. It seems this shed routes water to the sewer pipes. I feel this warrants a closer look. It doesn't appear that the door will open. Let's move on and explore the rest of the park, Luke. I don't really think I have that much left to explore. Thanks. It says, don't throw trash in the lake. Doesn't really seem to be a whole lot I can do here yet. Look at this, Professor. It was lying on the ground. It appears to be a scrap of notepaper. Would you read it aloud for me? Sure thing, Professor. Alright, let's see. The older she gets, the more young Miss is catching on to this village's secret. She seems lonely, which is probably why the boss asked me to build an amusement park for her. Yep, it certainly looks like I've got my work cut out for me. The young Miss mentioned here must be Flora. The whole park was built just for her. But I don't understand this other line. What's all this business about a secret in the village? I just wasn't ready to handle the boss's death. Poor young Miss. She's all alone in the world now. But no matter what happens, I have to keep going and take care of her in the boss's place. The page ends there. Baron Reinhold sounds like he truly loved his daughter more than anything. Fate can be so cruel. There's something just super satisfying about finding hidden coins. Blink. Oh, you lads again, eh? How do you like me park? Lovely, isn't it? The sun's shining bright today, and I'm in fine spirits. Why not celebrate this weather with a puzzle? Let me tell you one of my favourites. I can't remember how his voice went. It's the problem with doing character voices. A tennis ball has rolled its way down into a hole. This particular hole is extremely deep and has a sharp bend in the middle, making the ball impossible to retrieve by hand. To make matters worse, the ground around the hole is made of hard clay, so digging the ball out isn't an option. However, you have something incredibly commonplace on hand that you can use to get the ball out. What do you use to get the ball out? Answer in 5 letters. Water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Easy peasy. That's correct. Theoretically, you could use any liquid in which tennis balls can float, but water is the liquid you would most likely have handy. Since the ground is hard clay, there's little chance of the water getting absorbed into the surrounding earth. The ball should come up with little difficulty. Just get another ball, or fill in the pothole, the giant wormhole. Haha, you're quite the solver, aren't you? Ah yes, getting back to me park. It hasn't been properly maintained, and parts are just rotting away. If something looks old and broken, do the smart thing, lads, and stay away from it. A violin. Layton probably wants that. Do you have anything else to say for me, sir? Brings a tear to my eye to say so, but parts of this park are simply rotting away. Yeah. What about this shack? Or is that like his caretaker hut or something? Check the Ferris wheel, I've already done that. Doesn't seem to be anything else for me to do. Another hidden coin though, I'll take that. So in the end, that ticket we picked up turned out to be meaningless. So it seems. I suppose my intuition failed us this time, Luke. Come, let's head back to the heart of St. Mystere and search for our next lead. Well, that was intense. Ew. Why would the Ferris wheel? Professor, look what happened to the shed. The Ferris wheel must have simply destroyed it. If we'd made a wrong step back there, we'd be rubble too. Oh my. I think I found something here, Professor. What could that be? Now, what's an entrance to the sewers doing here? This could well be an underground passage to the tower. We've got to take a look below. Come. I'm right behind you, Professor. hope I don't trip. This place is pitch black. Brr, and it's cold too. Watch your step, Luke. Look for anything suspicious or out of place. First things first, gotta get them hint coins. There's a broken mirror or something. Window. Look, there's a sort of stone tablet embedded in the wall. This is clearly some kind of puzzle. I'd wager the solution will tell us the direction in which to proceed. Puzzle 89, which way? Things are getting very interesting down here now. The path you are on forks to the left and right in front of the sign seen below. Your gut feeling tells you that this sign reveals the direction you need to go. Find an arrow within the picture like the yellow one on the side of the board. When you find it, draw a line around it as neatly as possible. Keep in mind that the arrow you are searching for may not be the same size as the one pictured below. Okay, forks to the left and right, so it's... I mean, is that it? No, it's gonna have this square bit. I wouldn't think it would be diagonal if it goes left and right. Oh, there. Correct. Well done. Now you can move forward. There's our answer. We will proceed down the left corridor. Understood, Professor. A teapot, I reckon Luke might like a teapot. Yeah, right, I didn't even get a chance to have a look. Calm your farm, Gizmo. That's probably all there is. Look, Professor, there's a strange device on the door here. It seems to be a puzzle of some sort. I imagine the door won't open until we solve it. It's almost like we're being tested, isn't it? Puzzle 90. Get the ball out too. Ooh, goody. Alright, we know how it works. 14 moves, I don't think so. Right, well. Don't know if this is actually helping. In fact, it's probably most likely not. That definitely didn't help. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Making serious progress today. Pretty sure the first one took me like half an hour. Easier than it looks, isn't it? If you haven't done it yet, why not try to complete the puzzle in the minimum number of moves possible? That doesn't sound fun, that's why. That should do the trick. Ooh, painting scrap. We only got one more now. Let's move on. Wow, I certainly didn't expect a room down here. Let's give it a thorough once over. Something isn't right about this place. I can feel it in my bones. No, I was looking for hint coins. Something's hidden behind here. Alright, let's move the picture out of the way then. What's this here? It appears to be some sort of key. But what does it unlock? We won't know until we investigate further. But this shape certainly looks familiar. Professor, could this be? It looks just like the tower. I knew there was something odd about that dead end. Perhaps this key will shed some light on things. Luke, we need to head back to that large wall on the north side of St. Mystere. I have a hunch that it's more than a dead end. Oh, that was chapter 7. That was bloody quick. Does the park hold the way into the tower? I tapped there before. What do you want about? That's not even a key coin. Look at how old this picture is. Oh right, that reminds me of a good one. Would you like to hear it? Puzzle 91, pattern matching. Worth 40 picarats. The large shape below is made up of a pattern. A section of the shape has been removed. Of the options A, B, C, and D, which one should you insert into the large shape to complete the pattern? Well, B seems to be the only one that will fit. Is this a trick question? Okay, well, I can't draw on it, but there's all circles down this diagonal line. Then all squares, it looks like. Then all X's. Then all circles again. So circle. We want circle, then X. Sorry, circle, then square, then X, then circle. Still think it's B. Circle, square, X, circle. This needs to be an X. And this needs to be square. So it's not D, and it's not A. So it's B and C. Then the bottom one needs to be square, and then that square needs to be touching an X. Square X, okay, that doesn't narrow it down. So then the top one needs to be an X, and that needs to be touching a square. Okay, that's both of them. Again. But B is like the only one that can fit. So I think it's B. It's probably going to be C now. No, it was B. It's really just a matter of finding the right matching pattern, but staring at all those different pieces and trying to find one that fits is more complex than one would think. Gee, I didn't think it was that easy. Teacup, probably to Layton then, because he has a teapot. Teapot. really isn't much to touch in this room. Seems to only be one hint coin as well. Alrighty, let's head back to the village. I was going to say, I wonder if the hint coins regenerated in this room. It's probably the only thing I don't really like about this is every time you solve a chapter or progress in the story a little bit, you have to research all the locations for puzzles and coins again. And my fear of missing a puzzle gets pretty overwhelming. Even though I know you can just go back to Granny Riddleton. Old mate's gone. Yeah. At least I'm getting stacks from going back all the way through here. Let's go investigate that dead end right away. Alright, Luke. But first let's make a quick stop by the inn. There's something I need to check on there. Why the inn, Professor? It seems that someone doesn't want us around, Luke. Someone is, in fact, after us. And the key to identifying this scoundrel is back at the inn. So you already have an idea about who's behind this? Haha, piqued your interest, have I? Chapter 8. The Shadowy Intruder. Someone's been obstructing the investigation. Find the troublemaker and continue work on the case. I've hassled everyone so much they don't have puzzles for me anymore. Anything down here? What the hell is this dude doing down here? Well, don't you look surprised. I bet you didn't expect to see me in a place like this, eh? The river that encircles most of St. Mystere is right past this pipe. But don't you be getting any ideas, you can't cross it. Give up on those ridiculous notions of returning to the rest of the world and settle down here. I suppose it's a tough transition to make. Here's a puzzle to help you get situated. You're a strange fellow. Which boxes to move? Puzzle 84. In preparation for your big move, you've packed your belongings into 20 boxes and arranged them as shown below. With everything packed, you are now ready to label each box with its contents. In order to do so, though, you'll need to move a few boxes around. How many of the boxes can't be labelled without rearranging the stacks? Okay. So, this one in here, under this one. So, one. So, it's what, 3 deep this way? Which means that one can all be labelled. These can be labelled. Label, 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 label. And then the one at the back there, and the one under there, and the one at the back there, and the one under there. Which means that only this one under this, so if we're talking about this column here, then this one and this one cannot be labelled, and this one, so it's only 3. The other ones can be labelled from the back. It's a pretty dumb way to stack your boxes though. Quite right. Moving down from the top level, you have 1, 4, 6 and 9 boxes. The only boxes you can't access without rearranging things are the 3 indicated in the above picture, That's a very weird way of doing it. Well done. I like the way you get all fired up over puzzles. You're my kind of guy. So hurry up and get settled already. Saint Mystere is happy to have you. Huh. This is new. Where was this coin that you were showing me, doggy? There, thank you. Look, Professor, there's our car. I certainly didn't foresee sewers leading to a place like this. Look, Luke, there's my automobile. Oh, that's puzzle. Puzzle 85, weekend getaway. Oh god. You and your girlfriend went on a road trip over the weekend. On the way to your destination, you drove 180 miles, and your girlfriend drove the rest of the way. Coming home on the exact same roads, your girlfriend drove the first 150 miles, and then you got behind the wheel for the last leg of the journey. So what is the difference in miles between the distance you drove and the distance your girlfriend drove? You would think it would be 30. No, there can't be a difference because... Oh, can there? Well, I mean, there couldn't be if she drove 180, but she didn't drive 180. Well, I guess it's just 30, isn't it? Because there has to be at least... So we know this is at least 180. So there's at least 30 miles difference. But it's worth 50 picker outs, so it's not just 30. Distances both to and from your destination were exactly the same. On the way there, you drove 180 miles, and on the way home, you drove one way minus 150 miles. It's either 0 or like 30. Think about the distance your girlfriend drove. On the way there, she drove one way minus 180 miles. On the way home, she drove 150 miles. The total distance each person drove must include the trip out and the trip back. If you combine the earlier information about each leg of the trip, you'll see that your girlfriend drove a total of one way minus 30 miles. You can express the distance you drove as one way plus 30 miles. So with that said, the difference between the distance you drove and the distance your girlfriend drove should be clear as day, so 60 miles. Somehow. Let's see if the answer gives us a more reasonable explanation. That's right, as shown in the above chart, your girlfriend drove a total of one way minus 30 miles. Ah, crap. I was trying to get rid of the touch notification. Bang up drop, Luke. A fossil. Bloody hell. Luke, I guess, for now. Right, let's head back on to our main objective. You again. Ha ha ha, it's you two lads again. You're a pair of old ducks, coming all this way just to see me. But lucky for you, I've got myself a darling of a puzzle, and a mind to share it with you. Puzzle 92, Wash Up. You need to wash your face, but all 13 water valves in the sewer piping are shut tight. You have to open the valves to get the water flowing to your sink. So here's your challenge. Direct the water all the way to your sink by opening as few valves as possible. Okay? Can I draw? No. Why could I? Right, so we'll start at the bottom where the water is. We go right, then up. Then we'll pick one way. We'll go right to start off with. Then we go right. Then we go up. Then it'll flood to the right. Then we go down. Then we go left. So that's 4 if we go right. So let's go left at that first intersection. We can go up. You know what? We'll go left at the intersection. So 1, 2, 3. 4. Okay, that's still 4. So we'll go back to that first intersection and then go left and then up. 1, 2. That's a pretty cool puzzle. I like that. Good job. Now go and wash up. Haha, wonderful work. I was sure the puzzle would floor the both of you, but I guess the joke's on me. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. So we'll head back towards the inn, which I think is here. So I'm going to save and call that an episode. So I'd like to thank you for joining me for some more Professor Layton and the Curious Village today. And I hope to see you next time.